Hello, hello. Welcome back to DevCast Ups. Today you have myself, Wale, and James. Barnaby could unfortunately not join us today as he's a little bit sick. So you have only us two. But don't worry, we'll make it as entertaining as ever. Today we're doing something fun, which is kind of like a carryover from what we did last week. So today we plan on building and then deploying Backstage into HashiCorp Nomad. And the person that's going to be leading this session is James. Take it away.
Cool. Yeah. So hopefully this should be a nice simple session, though the amount of times we said that and then it's been like a five-parter. We are gonna build this into an image. We're gonna build Backstage into an image hosted on GitHub, and then pull that image into Nomad, and then use that to display things. This is a ostensibly bog standard Backstage as of the time of this stream. We have messed with some plugins, but other than that, it's standard. And my plan is to try and not touch it too much, doing a little bit of pre-reading within the backend folder. We have a doc file, and this will bake in both the front end and back end together to give you one image that you can then deploy to use Nomad in a more production environment. And probably what I would like to look at in the future is you can split the front end and back end up. But we aren't going to worry about that today. We're just going to do the front end. We're just going to do the single image. And do I want to run this locally to prove this works? Nah, let's YOLO it.
I mean,
Into
yeah. Let's there. No. We know local build works. Let's see.
Sorry, locally build the image.
Oh, I think
I
that
have
might be
yet
a
to.
better idea, right?
Let's
Unless you don't have
build it.
Podman.
Let's build a Docker file and then see what happens.
Yay. Using GitHub Action, I assume.
We are going to use GitHub Actions, so it's workflows.
Yep.
Slash,
I think it's a hidden file, wasn't it?
is it,
Hidden?
yeah,
Is it a hidden
dot
folder?
makes sense because it's the top. Dot deploy dot YAML, the YAML files.
Yep.
And then we need to give it a name. Create Docker file. We want to be on push to branches. Main. Start HTML branches. Yep. So this means that only when we push them into the main branch or deploy, what I probably want to actually do is on tag. So you have to tag it to create a new image, but I will deal with that in the future. We learn some environment variables.
So what I normally do is I just make sure that if I make changes into the directory itself, then build the image. So yeah, that you could do that as well.
I mean, that is the entire, like any change to any file here, you'd want to rebuild. It's just until you tag it, you may not want it to get actually deployed. It depends if you want main to be deployment or you want tag to be deployment.
Fair. Yeah, I just realized with my repositories, they're usually doing multiple stuff, so
yeah,
that's why it works for me. So yeah.
Whereas this is only Backstage. I'm just going to copy that because make sure the image name and stuff's correct.
By the way, it's .github/workflows, and then you put the files in there.
.github, yes. So close. Thank you for checking.
Nice. All right.
I'm very aware that I'm just line for line copying a thing, but I think it's good to go through it and just point out things that we think are worth talking about.
Like spelling mistakes.
Well, I mean, I will copy and paste things. Is there a spelling mistake?
Nah, you know what? That was me. That was me being silly. So Ubuntu, I misread it, but you actually wrote it right. My bad.
So I suppose this is the name of the job. So our job is going to be called
Build and push
image. Runs on hopefully self-explanatory. That's just what we want to run on.
We don't have a GitHub runner?
I
thought we set up one at some point.
We do have a GitHub runner, but there's no reason for this to run on it. I will probably just make this public because it then makes pulling the images easier. And there should be nothing private in this repo.
Fair enough.
And then we just have to give, I assume this gives the token. Yeah, this defines the permissions our GitHub token has. And this is just the stuff that it needs to be
I've never done this like this. I've never given the token permission in there. That's weird.
This is what GitHub's telling me to do.
Interesting. Because all this permission stuff is what I give it when I'm generating the token itself.
So we're not generating a token. This is just going to generate a token for us.
That's new.
So I'm not going to pass the token. This is the JWT way of doing things.
It's better.
Steps. Yeah, you should. If we can get away from passing a token in, the better.
Yeah. Devil's Playground has a lot of tokens.
Yeah, the client I've moved on to is like semi-greenfield. Well, I say semi-greenfield. It's got lots of crap lying around, but kind of means we can like start a little bit from scratch to like replace what they've got. So there's the level of like, how do we do everything without passing tokens around and all that kind of fun stuff.
Nice.
Into the container registry. Luckily, this stuff these ones don't matter if I have spelling mistakes.
It does matter to my eyes, like container, like, you know, it matters to me. Fine. Log into.
So this is the action that we wanted to use. Docker actions are just containers. So this is the Docker container that we want this action to run. And all this is doing is this is logging into Docker for us. And this does have secrets.github token. I may actually need to pass.
Sorry, hold on. Why do we need to log into Docker? You don't need to log into Docker if we want it to be as a package. We're building as a package, right?
I need to log into GitHub to be able to push the package.
Yes.
So I said Docker. I meant log into.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Docker binary they're running, so it's still kind of technically logging in via Docker. I'm just gonna actor and then just so this still uses secrets GitHub token. We may need to create a token. I'm unsure.
Yeah. So Docker login username and then password is the thingy. So
I don't know if we're gonna have to pass the token. We can deal with that later. Test data ID meta uses. So that's the image. Oh, that's image. That'll give the image name. So I'm just going to copy the step. So this is the step that actually builds the image, and we're getting the output from the extract metadata to set tags and labels. This will give us the like char and lots of fun stuff. And then a final step, which is to do with security, supply chain security. Sounds useful, so we can leave it. I'm going to push this code up and see what happens. Oh my God. Sorry, I've left this in state. I want to deploy yonder lock. I need that. I need that.
Do we have a .ignore file?
Oh my God, I should have. Sorry, it's like I didn't actually do any of this stuff. Fine. Let's just push it all up. It's too bad. So there is some steps that we probably want to do before we actually run the build, which we'll probably want to do on PR and other branches. There are things that will fail. So you've got like yarn TSC is something we need to run, and that generally, if that fails, everything's going to fail. So it's worth running that before you build the image. But for now, I just want to make sure that this tries. Oh God! So I just. Actions. Good start. Every step must define a user's or one key. Which step doesn't define a user's or one key? Users. Oh, that's users. Hopefully, this will try a bit harder now. No.
Now you need help.
That's oh no, that's I did validate. Cool. Should make the so that is metadata with images.
Slow down, bro.
I'm just typing my commit messages. Well, let me sign in.
That's gonna help.
It means I can see it here.
Fair enough. Oh, it's failed again. Open Docker file, no such file or directory.
Cool. So that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Because this step is dot, so it's looking at the root. There's no Docker file at the root. Docker file is packages, backend, Docker file. We need to add the context needs to be packages. And then I need to specify the Docker file. So let's look at the build push action. So here action, we want to specify the Docker file. Context. Oh, probably need to do it like that actually. And then quotes. But I would like the Docker file. But I'll go context. Oh, I need additional build contexts. So yeah, here we go. File. And so this is from path to doc file. So default is context doc file. So I need context. Oh wait, that's only showing a single bracket. Okay, the file should be in the context already. So I'm just going to go backend and hope that this is correct.
So in the one I had, I was doing yarn install and then frozen log file and then yarn build.
I'm literally just running the Docker file they give me.
So
Like I would be surprised if the okay, cool. I mean, the Docker file may not work, but we'll see. Failed to calculate checksum of ref. Packages backend not found. Okay, I think this is a balance example. Okay, so I think my context actually needs to be dot, and my doc file needs to be that. Because it's like what the root directory it's expecting is. That's kind of the what. This is what the root directory is, and this is where the Docker file is. I was trying to be lazy and not have to pass everything into Docker, but it looks like it wants everything.
yeah, and it's looking happy so far. Oh, error. Failed to solve.
Same issue. Okay.
Checksum.
So, copy. So it's trying to copy this backend file. Let's look at the Docker file itself. So it's
67.
failing line 67, which is by the way, and so we are copying. Oh God, yes. So this is copying package, backend, dist bundle. That doesn't exist. We need to run a build first, I think.
Yep. Yarn build : backend. So that's what I was telling you in my one that had yarn install first, and then yarn TSC, and then yarn build backend.
Yeah. Okay, so as part of our Docker image, we need to get a yarn builder. GitHub yarn build yarn. Do I even need a yarn option?
I am confused why I'm using Ansible to do my stuff. I don't know. But anyways, it's been a while. This is what I had.
Okay, I'm curious if this is going to work. So before any of this logging in stuff,
NPM.
don't need checkout. We are using node 22. Sorry, node 20. And then I'm just going to run yarn build backend. I have no idea if this is going to work.
Doesn't yarn install first installs like all the dependencies first, right?
Yes, my assumption is we have this setup node step where we pass in the version. I'm assuming that does an install.
Oh, I see.
There's a problem that this uses. This may not use yarn, but we shall see. It'll fail if that's the case.
Cool.
Well, it's only failed.
Didn't disappoint.
It's good one. It's a good sign.
Does it not know which directory to do that in?
Okay, so this is, it wasn't installed. So let's, God, I'm just running build, I'm just using one. So is yarn in it? Yarn I? No, it's just yarn, isn't it?
Yep.
This is definitely the stuff that touching GitHub Actions more for different tools will make it easier to like understand what's going on. Okay, so that is running yarn. Hopefully, I'll get more logs at some point. Oh, there we go. That's all the packages. Oh, so many packages. It's almost a gig of packages. Backstage is such a chunky app.
So how come we didn't need to run yarn TSC?
Yarn TSC is a good idea, but doesn't do anything. It's a It's a static testing tool, I believe.
Okay.
It's not 100% required.
Oh, also, sorry, it would have been defined in the package, the JSON file.
Yeah,
So,
NTSC is defined.
oh, it was defined in the one you have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should run it before this step
Yeah.
because this step takes forever, and then the build takes forever, and it should catch errors before like this step.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, this will pass, and the errors that the TCS finds won't be found until you actually run the image, until you run the application. So it's
So it makes sense.
important to do. I just want to see how far we can get.
I see. Okay. Must be built because it never has been built before. Error, but that's okay. Still carrying on.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. There isn't a built version of it in the node modules, so it's got to rebuild it. A way of speeding this up because you need to run the node modules. You need to install the node modules before you can run the build. Is loading some of the node modules into the Docker image, or copying some of them into the Docker image. But it's not that convenient. Also, the fact that we're having to build it outside of Docker is stupid. The whole point about Docker is you should be able to just do like, here's this Docker file is everything you need to be able to run this thing in an image.
Yeah.
Oh, you just have to have built this thing first. Oh no, feature not available.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Which one?
So the final step requires a public repo, which was my thought anyway, to make this repo public. It will make things easier, but the image should be pushed now. Here we go. We now have an image.
Yay.
Do we want to try and work out how to pull a private image from Nomad, or should I just make this repo public?
I know how to do it, but I think it's better to just make it public.
Cool.
Make it public now.
Oh, you can do things. Okay. Yeah. Blah, danger zone, danger visibility, change public. Yes. 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 3-button click. They really don't want you to do it. Okay. Let's
So
just.
what? Oh, DevCast stage. I'm gonna change the package to public as well. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Is the package that needs to be public?
Make it public.
Yeah.
Though I'm gonna deploy it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, so the whole package will be public, and then even if you redeploy, it's fine. As long as we don't delete the package itself. Because what you're gonna do now, you're gonna deploy another version, right?
Yes, I don't actually think I can deploy this because there's no. Yeah, I just need to make it nothing change.
Change visibility. Yes. Public.
Okay. Just to get a green tick on the last action.
I need to go to organization first. Settings, packages.
Okay, this is taking a moment. I'm just going to code VCO. Stuff as last time. So we need to deploy another job. And this is going to be Nomad Core.
All right, it's public now.
Cool. Copy this one.
Okay, so the one that failed, I mean, the one that was semi-successful was only 3 minutes. Actually, almost 4 minutes. So that's good to know.
Docker gives you like reasonable size boxes. Whether they will keep doing that or whether there's like a burst limit and then we use it up, but that's where we could move to our runner, but the runner's not up yet. The runner's not currently awake because it uses up so many resources.
Yep.
Backstage.
No. Keep to that fancy name you had before. What do you call it? Devcast stage.
Devcast stage.
Come on. And you know what? I was looking for the tags for traffic, but I forgot that we don't have that yet. So
I did also just copy the traffic script, the traffic one. So traffic won't have its own tags.
Perfect.
But yeah, at some point, actually, that maybe next week. I'm not on next week. We're not on next week. Maybe the week after. We should look into getting traffic to scan console.
Oh yeah, we're not around.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So this needs to be.
I have to check. Yes.
Hash your days.
Yeah. Don't worry.
That's just
going to be put.
I actually don't know what port this is going to be deployed at, so we can. Oh no, it's. I don't know.
3000.
7007.
I thought it was 3000.
707. I think maybe actually I'm just going to open both because oh my god, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Backstage, this one. So one of these is going to be the front end, one of these is going to be the back end.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. You're right. 7007. Yeah. It's only that. That's the only one you need.
I'm gonna open both, and we'll see.
Okay.
I'm just not like it's easier to open both and then go, oh, we only need one, so we'll lock it down.
Yeah. No.
Space.
Right. Funny enough, I did the same. So I have 3000 and 7007 open. So yeah. Oh, it's done. Oh wow, it's even faster. 2 minutes 44.
It caches.
Not bad.
Yeah, there's some level of caching that goes on. Okay, so yeah, so this is the thing that failed. Failed last time, which gives you like all this information that I'm sure makes sense to someone that cares.
Yeah.
It's good for security. It gives you like all the information. They're both going to main, so let's just pull main. Network mode, not going to host. Don't need a command, don't need any volumes. I need some ports.
The resource, nah, that's not gonna work. That is for sure not gonna work.
Is that how you do ports?
Like
Alloy, I did ports correctly. Oh no, as well. Okay. Yeah, it's like that. Cool. I don't need a template. Let's just go. I think that's enough that it'll
I
fill on the server.
I tend to leave it blank first, and then after the run, I see roughly how much you need.
Pretty sure if it needs more than that, we have issues. Okay,
Well.
so that is the base script. Just for expediency, I'm just going to run it directly, and then I'll look at doing the rest of the fast stuff later.
So this is James about to deploy Backstage into Nomad.
I'm about to do
Da-da-da-da. Unplaced. There.
That's weird.
On the service, we normally tell it also what provider it uses, right?
Console should be running on the GCP node though. Like that error was complaining about console version. But that looks
Yeah,
fine.
so in service, we normally put what provider it uses, right?
Default console.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and our console is running. Yeah, you're right.
But this is complaining about consoles not working. So that's fine.
What did you just remove? That was too quick.
The service check.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So the way you call that one is, hold on, where is it? So
oh, I typed from. I'm an idiot.
oh really?
Yeah, I copy and pasted. I copied too much.
Oh, okay.
Should be an easy fix.
Looks like it's happy. Oh man. Let's see. So when I try to sign into Nomad with Vault, it tells me token not found. But for you, that works fine. That's weird.
I'm using the bootstrap token.
That helps. I guess both of us still need to be on it. Oh, it's pulling. How big is the image? How big is this?
I mean, it's done its pull. The backstage image is like 1-2 gigs. Like it's crazy how big a JavaScript image can be.
Whoop whoop. It looks like no, it's not happening.
Failed stage space. Cool. So this is to be expected. So in the production one, it wants a database. So I'm actually don't want any of this.
Postgres.
Probably on the back end listener stuff. So for future us, we've just made a config change that only needs to be run in a runtime. And this now needs a new image build. So we need to move the app configs out of the Docker image.
Yeah, that would help. Also, I was using Beta SQLite 3, so I didn't even. What did you sign up for in terms of database now?
I just nothing. It's going to use the internal one.
Memory. So use. So that would be the SQLite.
Yeah, I think so. but we should look at getting a Postgres. Well, I mean, we should look at getting a Postgres instance. This is where we now get to the point where Backstage is hugging an entire server just by itself, which is not useful. Like, I think as much as Backstage is good, actually, it may be a bit too bloated for our use case.
So we need something lightweight.
And maybe we do actually need to look into building something lightweight. But we'll see. So now this needs to rebuild the Docker image. Why is that not? Oh, it's all the way down there. Problem with mobile screens, too easy to lose things. Yeah, so what should have been a update value rebuild, and we're going to have to load secrets into these as well, so they're going to have to be made ourselves. We now have to redeploy. So from this, it looks like it builds in some of it. I don't know. I can't remember how much like it builds in at one time, but maybe we do need to look into a lighter weight thing just to run our Nomad scripts.
I don't know anything else other than Backstage. You know.
We could just build something ourselves.
Yeah. I'm just talking about something in terms of ready-made.
No, there isn't. I mean, you have ServiceNow if you want to go overkill.
Yeah, that's very lightweight. Yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing. There's no open source self-hosted equivalents to Backstage that are like worth talking about.
Yeah, that's fine. That means we just use something similar we do in DevOps Playground. We have one admin page, and in there you can trigger any jobs from there.
Yeah.
So,
we just have to build kind of like a semi-lighter version. It's also like we're just running a deployment script with the Nomad. Nomad is what actually does the work. So as long as we're wrapping around no-code modules, which we can't really use because that's a paid feature, and Nomad deployment jobs, dispatch jobs, we're probably fine just like building something ourselves.
All right, maybe it's a mini Flask app would be good. That would have.
Well, Flask would be backend. You'd want, which we probably use Go for a backend if we do need a backend, but I don't really know why we need a backend. For a front end, you'd want to use React.
You won't go for backend.
But why do you need a backend? We have Nomad. Like,
oh, fair.
Really, this is just a pure front end thing because
I was thinking about it for multiple purposes, not just for one thing. But so we'll just be our one-stop shop for everything else, not just.
Yeah. But I don't know if we need a backend. It's probably still worth building a backend at some point. I suppose you can proc. No, you'd want a backend because you're on a proxy the Vault stuff, so you don't need to get the front end of Vault token. Nomad token. What is it?
Healthy. Spending. My bad.
But it's still. This isn't rebuilding our image. I'm actually going to, as much as
Yay! Well, a shame. Oh yeah, you need to stop it, right?
So what I'm actually going to do is, other than main, I'm actually going to pin to the version, because then we know. Then we can like guarantee what we're running. Because the issue now is I can go, well, we're running main, but which main image are we running? Whereas now doing the sharp will guarantee what image.
That's a problem. What's the error?
I was complaining about tag. Oh, remember to always click edit before you.
That happens to
Okay,
the best of us.
Failed to pull task, failed to pull image. Failing to pull. It's also not trying again. Place is always a fun hour.
Have you copied it like this in there? I don't know why this is so big. But yeah.
See if it was a char issue. That was too quick. It's yeah, okay. So main pulls the image that it's already pulled down. So
can you show me what you're actually pasting? Because you have to wait on the page so I can read it as well. Deathcast apps, Deathcast stage, sharp 256, and then ends in 1D. That's exactly what it suggested.
Yeah. Try again. There's a chance we just like tried too early and it hadn't propagated. No, it's the same issue.
So do you want to cheat real quick? Go onto the server and just pull it. Docker pull on the server. That solves the problem. That will solve the problem real quick.
That will solve the problem. You are correct. Just trying to quickly see if there's something else better I can do. I don't think there is.
Remember, I use Nomad in my home lab, so occasionally I run into this issue. So I just go and pull it.
God, what box are we even on? GCP.
Is it not main?
Just this one.
So he was just verifying using one password. For those that didn't see it.
Well, hopefully you can see it. If anyone noticed, the first time I was running it, it didn't give me anything. And now it did, because I was a different user.
Yep. You gotta be sudo. So oh, you want to remove it?
Yeah, I'd rather remove than is it image RM? Image not known. It's just that. Yes, the first bit is repository name, not thing.
Okay. Oh, you want to go back to main?
Well, I want to see if it's the shard that's the issue, or
the whole image,
or the whole image. Yeah.
Okay.
And the fact this is now pulling more makes me feel like it was it didn't like pulling with the SHA, probably because length would be my assumption.
Find that if you run that command.
Well, in Nomad, like I'm sure I can pull it locally. Cool.
Yay.
Some logs coming through. Hopefully we'll actually get something useful.
Okay. This is more logs than before.
That is internal error. I don't know if that's failed to initialize vault or missing config. Okay. And that crashed it. Cool. We're getting there. So we now have some config issues because we need auth.
Vault.
Yeah, we need these two need to be defined. So what I'm actually going to do is within the it's so these files kind of get like merged together. So I'm just going to leave this deployment. Yeah, there's some things that kind of needed at one time.
Oh dear. So you're gonna have to rebuild again?
Yeah.
Yay.
And again, this is why making it so we don't need to rebuild every time is worth it.
Yep. You have to pass a volume inside it, right?
No, we can use template files.
Oh, we did Nomad itself. We didn't Nomad.
Yeah, so what you would do is the app config itself, you would
template.
So this one you would have in your Git repo and would have most things, and then your app production one would just have your kind of production secrets, or you'd have three because you can have as many app configs as you want. You'd have one that just holds all your secrets, and that's what Nomad would load in.
That makes sense.
But you would probably run all of these in if you could. Just because then like, oh, I want to change something in the config doesn't require an entire build. Because yeah, I forgot that the way the plugins work is they don't show unless it's working. I suppose I can't see if these aren't. I mean, there's a level of I probably built my plugin badly. Oh no, this is the auth plugin. This isn't even a plugin I built. I probably included this plugin badly because it fails if the config isn't set. Really, it should error and then error and carry on. Like fail more gracefully. But oh, that was just the build. We still have the. Luckily, it's caching. So it's only doing the final loading in the zip file, which I think is the last step. Well, it's loading the zip file, loading in the config change, which I think are the last steps, and the rest of it, it might be caching. which is why this is a lot faster. And maybe we should have it that it doesn't. No, it will always need build because we're not pushing the zip file up. Oh, this isn't caching the image. There may be a way of telling it where the like version image it can go to get the cache. But here's the image being pushed. God, it's such a big image. And he keeps trying. Okay, that is the image built. Now I will just delete what's already here. So next time it runs, it will pull the latest image down. Now I'm just gonna make a change just to get a version update. Hit CPU just so we can see we're now on 3. So this one should give us something useful. When Nomad sorts his life out.
Where's the Nomad token saved? I can't find it.
It's in 1Password.
Oh, I'm involved, and I was like, what? Can't find it.
So it's in Vault Secrets, or it's in 1Password.
I see.
Great. I feel that this to run. Oh, I didn't want the same issue. Okay. This looks good. So now let's go look at our.
This is so annoying. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Wait, oh, that's the okay.
I mean, it's like semi-running.
Is it dead again? No, it's still running.
No, it's happy. But when I go to
Sorry, how in the job, are you locking in the port itself, or is it flexible?
it's flexible. This is the correct port. But it may be a security thing, which is go. I mean, go on. You see that I disconnected. Maybe a security thing that's going. You're not the port that I'm expecting, so I'm going to kick you out. Oh wait, I'm getting SSL. Nope. Yeah, I'm getting protocol errors. So that normally means that something's. Yeah, when I try HTTPS, it fails with a full protocol error. So, oh yeah, these are hitting HTTPS. So this issue is I need to be run. This is expecting me to be running Backstage as HTTPS when I'm not. So if I pick like one of these, let's see, this is JavaScript. So I need HTML. Let's just pick like that one. No, I just want to. Really, I can't. Fine, I'll just manually copy and paste. So this one's failing, but if I go HTTP, it then works. So Backstage is expecting HTTPS. HTTPS fails, so it doesn't work.
Is it because we're deploying as prod, right?
I don't
As
know.
it, uh,
It also wouldn't surprise me if in one of these files.
because I'm
Oh,
looking at the
HTTP.
config files right now, and I want to see because normally in this scenario we can change it to not secure.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
I don't know.
upgrade insecure request false. So somewhere there should be CSP in one of the files. Yeah, there CSP. I found it just there. Can't tell. Line 20. So there you want it to be that's where we now give it unsecure false. So
Okay, I mean, we can also just go. This should be HTTPS via traffic, so we can just go. This is fine, and
yeah,
uh,
but we wanted to we oh snap, we have to rebuild it again, innit? Never mind. Yeah.
yeah, it's 8 o'clock. We should. I think we should call it a
Mm.
stream. It's not the most satisfying way of looking at Backstage, um, but eh. Yeah. So the next step would be traffic getting set up so we get a domain name and then getting HTTPS and certs all kind of handled for us. But we can worry about that later.
All right. You heard it here. James is promising you next time what to look forward to,
No, I
which
said
is
later.
again what to look forward to, which is hopefully traffic to help us out with getting SSL sets with Cloudflare, um, which we kind of have working already, but we just have to deploy it. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure. Um, Fortunately, we didn't get to show you the fancy backstage within Nomad itself, but the deployment was successful. Yeah, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and hit the notification icon on YouTube as well. Until next time, bye.
Bye.